Hello everyone, it's Iveoma, your guide to Africa, and today I'm going to be talking about things to know about Lagos before you move. All of this is coming up. I'm gonna be honest, the sound may be a little bit somehow because I have two fans going on at the same time. Fan, and then here is my other fan. You can drive in Lagos. Let me be honest, I actually thought that I would actually never drive in Lagos. When I moved, I always assumed I was gonna get a driver. Yes, so I'm driving in Lagos! I'm driving in Lagos. Can you believe it? Two hands though, two hands. But yes, I am driving in Lagos, people. I'm so excited, like what? I can actually drive here. I was so scared. That was the one thing I didn't think I could do here, was drive in this city, but man, I really can drive here. The only thing is that it's like a lot of really defensive driving. Like right now, this guy just got out of his car in the middle of the street. Like, why? And now look, there's all these bread people. I can't run down anybody. But yes, I'm out here driving. Freedom! Ah, I feel like a total Lagos babe. Total night jump babe. I could drive here like, yes. So last night was the very first time I drove. I drove at night. It was like 10 p.m. at a Ajah market. Ajah is like a very congested marketplace with so many people in it. And I drove there. Like the mechanic dropped off the car. I picked it up. I drove all the way home. I drove for like an hour home in like massive traffic with these freaking buses that are dangerous to the road, 18-wheelers that don't care, that will turn in front of you anyhow, people just crossing the streets however they want. But I drove and I just was so proud of myself. Like I drove at night, first time ever in Nigeria, and then I drive at night, like through Ajah. Like that's not a game. So now I'm just very confident. I'm just taking corners, because what the tip is, since everybody is crazy, I'm crazy too. You want to be crazy? I'm crazy too. Like earlier today, I rolled down the window and a bus was trying to like turn in front of me, and I cut him off, right? Well, he tried to cut me off. I rolled down the window and said, "Do you want to jam me? Do you want to jam me?" And then he just let me go. He was like, "I don't want any of this trouble. This girl is bringing."
Living here, you will become a mechanic. So here is the car I drive. It's a Honda Pilot, and I am constantly checking the fluids underneath the hood. I play zero games. So driving here, the roads mess up the sensors of the car. Kid you not, you're going to start seeing all these lights, and it's the road. It's literally the road. So what I do is once a week, irrespective of whatever light pops up on the dashboard, I'm looking at the brake fluid. I'm looking at the engine fluid. I check if there's water in the car, and I just put water in the radiator.
If you rent a house or an apartment here, the only thing you get is a structure. So you know how overseas, like in the States, we get move-in, it's called move-in ready, right? Like you can just, even though you have nothing in the apartment, you can move in because it's been fumigated, it's been cleaned, it's been blah, 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 please. Like, that's not the case here. The only thing a landlord gives you is the structure. Everything inside of the apartment or your house is your problem. So if the pipe busts, you fix it. If there's something wrong with the plumbing, you fix it. If there's something wrong with the sockets, because there was something wrong with my sockets, and there was something wrong with my plumbing, and guess who had to fix it? Me. Everything's on you, and I'm gonna insert some clips of me, the things I fixed around the house. You can see that the gas tank is outside. They did a very, very neat job, this carpenter. This is the hole that should have been in the house when I arrived, but I have to put it myself. That's the thing. So we open the door. Look, very, very clean job. So now the gas tank is over here. It's a lot safer for me. So this is the burglary, and this is kind of why it's not very smart of the landlord to just let me do it, because that's what they did. And I'm going to rip it out when I leave. So the Wi-Fi here is really bad. It's much worse than I thought it would be. Upload speeds, everything. So here, what I've been using is, I use phone data. I have Tizeti home internet, and I use, there's also this, it's called Wi-Fi. It is, you press the button and then you connect it to your laptop or a cell phone, and you load this and your phone data. So it's funny because right now I'm about to ramp up, producing videos for Iveoma, and I'm gonna ramp up, I'm creating another YouTube channel for, I'm an attorney and I sell contract templates, and my company's called Her Contracts. So I'm gonna create a YouTube channel for that. And so essentially I'm gonna be uploading a lot of video and creating a lot of video, and creating a lot of digital online content for both my brands. And I moved to Nigeria to do that. Does that make sense? No, it don't make any sense. For people who have great Wi-Fi in Nigeria, who are you using? Please comment below, let me know. Like, a 24/7 light doesn't mean that the light is gonna be on 24/7. This is the thing that I was a little bit confused. I did not know before I moved back. I thought 24/7 light meant that it was gonna be on for at least 24 hours. Maybe, like, I thought that's what 24/7 light meant. No, in Lagos, 24/7 light means that more likely than not, you'll have light. So how I get water and electricity is I pay for, I have a meter and I load up my meter. I wanna show you my electric meter, and I'm supposed to have my own water meter, but I actually share a water tank with my neighbors upstairs, which is crazy. You're always supposed to have your own water tank, and make sure that you get your own water meter and water tank, because that's gonna be another video. So here is my meter. This meter controls electricity. And in order to pump water, this is how you pump water. And then I step on here sometimes just to get me some height so I can grab that. In order to use a phone here, you have to get a SIM card. So a SIM card is kind of like, you buy it from a phone company. So like MTN or Airtel, there's actually a ton of phone companies. What I would suggest you do is when you arrive in the airport, just sign up for a SIM card right then and there. This is how you know it's legit, is that they're gonna take your fingerprints, they're gonna take a picture of you, you're gonna have to have ID to sign up. So it's kind of a big deal here, like it's like a big deal, but it's also a big deal anywhere in Africa, because I felt like when I was in Kenya and Uganda, it was the same process to get a SIM card. And I always suggest get it in the airport. So when you open your first bank account, it's gonna take a minute. When I'm talking about a minute, it's gonna take multiple days in several hours. So first thing first is, I think it took me 12 hours and 30 minutes to open my first bank account. I don't know why I have 12 hours and 30 minutes stuck in my head, but I think that's what it is. I actually broke it down in my Facebook group. So if you're in my Facebook group, do a search for like First Bank, and I broke down the process. So first you get a banking verification number, and you have to show some bill, or what I did, I showed a lease. So I showed the leasing agreement for my place and my ID. But yeah, you have to show some utility bill, and you have to have your ID, and you can open a bank account. So first, they run a banking verification number to verify where you live and verify, I guess, some of the information that you give them. Then that takes 24 hours, and they're gonna text you. So they're gonna text you the number, and when that happens, then that's when you should go to the bank again. And so when you go to a bank, it just takes time. I don't even know, like I literally don't even know why it took so long. like I don't know. But it's a lot of people, because I started asking other people, and I knew other people who took way longer to open a bank account. Like mine took 12 hours, so it was like over 3 days. But I know people have taken weeks to open a bank account. I don't know what they did, but mine only took 3 days. And it just takes a long time. I don't know what to say. It's like really inconvenient. So what they do here too is they take fingerprints, of course your ID, they take your face, like a picture of your face, and you also have to get passport photos as well done before you go to before you go to the bank and you fill out the banking application. You have to make sure you have a passport photo. I'm gonna go all into that in another video, but yeah, it's a big thing here. Like, relationships are everything. They're lifeblood, bro. Everything you do here is in person. If I have any issue with the bank, I'm going to the bank location. I don't play any games. Like, if I have any issues with anybody, I'm going there. Like, you really need to leave that humbleness aside. Like, and I have that problem myself. Typically, I'm pretty humble about what I do and really laid back. No, people here, like, you have to sell yourself. You have to package yourself appropriately. They call it packaging, which is just putting yourself together and representing yourself in a certain way. I have to package myself appropriately. I have to, like, not be so humble. And that's the thing that I'm even struggling with, because, like, I don't brag that much. Like, I'm just a very straightforward person. I'll tell people what I do just plainly. I'm not going to be, like, playing it up. But here, I'm starting to learn that I have to do that with everything I'm doing. I have to play it up a little bit or be more of an advocate for myself. That whole humbleness, modesty thing is like, I'm leaving that in 2019. Like, I can't be that way anymore. So that's very interesting. So I'm letting you guys know, like, that if you have that same thing, like, you're humble too, and you know, you just chill and relaxed about a lot of things. You just can't be that way here. Like, no, it's too much competition. It's too many people hustling and bustling and trying to make it in this Lagos. That you can't be humble, you can't be modest, or you really are shooting yourself in the foot. Anyway, okay, did I leave out anything? Comment below if I left out anything, or if you agreed or disagreed with something I'm saying.